Hello, Frida Reba Darcy and Patricia O'Connor here. Today is Wednesday, I believe, and it's the sun's starting to peek out. How nice. It has been cool and cloudy for most of the day today. It looked very, very fallish. In fact, I might be in my house slippers. Could be. Not. I could be in my house slippers. If I'm not in my house slippers, I could have been. That's what kind of day it's been. It's been kind of a sleepy day. I didn't water hardly anything except the cypress trees, the wisteria, the Chinese wisteria, the Japanese wisteria, the bougainvillea. One of my bougainvilleas is missing. That is because I gifted it. I didn't have a lot in it, and it was extra, and I gifted it. So we'll just say that one survived me, and picture it going on to bigger and beautiful things. Quick look at the cypress trees. They're putting out things like it's nobody's business. That little shoot I showed you last week, the new leader is doing exactly what we wanted it to do, and it's doing it with a lot of vigor. I'm really glad to see it. But oh yeah, and I watered the maples. Both of the maples, the Trident maple and the Kodaha maples, they got watered. The Japanese wisterias got watered, but the pines didn't get watered, and the oaks didn't get watered. They were still watered from yesterday because they got a good watering yesterday, and so right after that the heat broke, and it kind of has just been a cool day for the rest of the day since then. So my little jugs are standing by at half mast, and we've been enjoying it for the most part. But I brought in the oak, the coastal oak. The viewer last week had mentioned, or a couple of days ago, not last week, had mentioned that in my last video that they were trying to get a look at this tree, or trying to freeze the video to get a good look at this oak tree, because I was moving it around, and they were thankful that I finally was still on the last. I think I probably focused close to it or something. But anyway, I do. I'm a pretty good still shooter. I've been a pretty good photographer at still photography, and I like black and white probably more than any of it. But I've done a little of all of it. But so far, I would definitely agree when it comes to what I put you guys through. It'll get better. If I'm not showing you, if I don't have my finger sticking in the lens, I'm darting around like a ground squirrel. But it's been enjoyable for me bringing all these videos. I've got to say I've really enjoyed this, and I enjoy learning more how to edit. I'll probably step it up here in just a little while, and either move up on the iPhone, which I probably won't. I'll probably start with a GoPro, or I'll bring my my still camera shoots video. I think I can, but it only shoots like 4 minutes. I think I would have to tag it onto the phone to be able to shoot longer blocks, but I would definitely do that. And that would be a nice apparatus, and I've got a good lens for it. But the reason why you were looking at this oak right now is because I just can't show off that hollow feature enough. No, not really. I thought it would be a good time to bring this in and trim these shoots back some. Also, I'm very pleased to announce that the branches that I was worried about losing in the last bad dieback are all doing exactly, well, not doing exactly what I hoped they would do, but I'm seeing signs that I'm kind of getting my way a little bit. There's a new shoot. There's a new shoot. There's a new shoot. There's a new shoot. So this guy looks like he's ready to play. This one the same way, and a lot of them are busting out with new growth, showing me that they're all just a little prune back and they'll be okay. I am really relieved of that. Also, after I prune these back, I might put a little wire into a few of them. I don't really have to now. I can wait on that. These are probably a little small for that for now, but I can, and I'll probably do that on some of them, just like I said, just because I can, and I'll divide that up between now and later. But the rule of thumb is on an oak is they're pretty forgiving when it comes to pruning. You're not going to get in a huge amount of trouble if you prune one time or a year over another. And if you want a branch to grow, for instance, this way, then cut it here, leaving that to be the next, and that'll become a branch. So that does yield itself, and if I'll play that with the cork bark oak, you can end up with a lightning strike zigzag, right? But if you do that with the nodes really close together, it's not a bad look. It's like a million little elbows that you don't notice are elbows, because in between their nodes, later on, they'll branch out with other things. What I'm concerned with when you leave something long like that is then you prune it, sometimes the distance in between the nodes lengthens. And so you cut it back to a desired length, and then every one of those sections adds, an inch to them or something, and you find you have to do it again. But those are just little rules of thumb things. I would probably just assume this one go down. That looks like a good length for it for start. So we'll do that. And same here. We'll go there. That one might need to go up. Let's have a good look at it. Okay, I see what I want to do. We'll go to there. Right. Is that like what I want? That'll be good. See, when it comes out, it's the way it goes. Now I put a little wire in that, and they'll all have a little serpentine bend in them, sort of like what you see there. That was probably done by the last person, but those aren't hard to replicate. And I need to, not you need to, and I will need to keep the last person's style in mind a little, because there are times of the year when it will sure be noticeable if they all have one little type of bend, and then it changes hands and the next person kind of doesn't follow suit. Now this has already gotten a little thick. Out here it's branching off a whole lot, but it's past where I like it. All these branches out here are not helping me. So I'm going to cut it off. Even now, this much of it I think is too thick for me to be out here this far. What to do? Go to here. Things don't go too crazy. See all the distance between here and here, and then here and here, and then it starts doing all this stuff that I really like. But that's a little late in the game for me. We'd like to see more of that out here. I do have a branch coming out of the bottom that's good, but here's where the nodes begin to get lengthy, and what I'm concerned with is what I'm concerned with is now that I've chopped it there, is that the nodes in there will get longer. But I think we'll be a one. I think we have created a whole lot more choices for ourselves. And two, I think we may have ended up creating to some degree more choices than we're going to need, because our dieback could be measured in more in twigs than limbs. You. Okay. Just fly. Take you on the realm. So, yeah, that's, we'll say there. Don't point it at the ceiling. We'll say there. And then we'll come back here. Another deal where it starts getting really stretchy. Really, really stretchy. You can let that go. Let me see, where does that originate? That originates there. Let's say here. It got stretchy before then. So that's probably not going to get in. Well, I mean, you know that distance right there is not going to get any shorter. So what we're hoping is that it finds reason to butt out in between that. Meanwhile, when I put that back, like pointing it out from its origin on a straight, it would be a limb about there. So I could probably even cut it back to here as an inner branch and it would be okay. I don't know what you're doing. We're going to pull that off and see what happens. There. So, yeah. We should, I'm thinking right about, look at the bowl. Go down, it's showing down. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like that. Probably don't need this. Well, you do have 2 coming out right there and that right there. Okay. Ow. Yeah, Patricia, just grab that spine like it's nothing. That'll be okay. So, yeah, that's a little quick prune back on our coastal oak. And that really allows us to show off that trunk. Man, does this thing have a trunk or what? It does. It certainly does. It has a trunk. Get off. And then there's another look at our hollow feature. This tree, I believe, is about 35 years old. It was started by a nurser who I believe started about 100 oak tree seedlings. And over that 35 years, he did whatever you would do with 100 seedlings. He probably tried a few stupid ideas and didn't work, and he probably tried a couple of brilliant ideas and they were great and people wanted them early. And after a while, when he passed away, his wife was selling the nursery, and one of the people who I'm learning from ran across this tree, and it's I think it's beautiful. I'm not absolutely sure, but I believe, and I've been asked about it a couple of times. I had somebody ask me if this was a holly, and the reason I think somebody thought it was a holly is because hollies also have those spiked leaves, but it does not make berries. So it is either the wrong sex to make the berries, because they do male and female, I believe, or it's a coastal oak, which doesn't make the berries, which I would also say it does resemble. And I would be more interested in finding out exactly what it is. But oak trees are fun. They kind of intermingle. So it could be like Patricia here. It could be Irish, Indian, French. So yeah. In other words, I'm not that worried about it. Don't get so hung up on definitions whenever it could be a smorgasbord of things. I don't know if that's the right term, but anyway, I thought this is about as close to a turn as a spin as I usually come up with. But yeah, okay, we'll do a proper spin here of our tree. That's the back. Even the back is looking good there. You're looking good in the back. Look, we got new growth there. See this side do something. Got good stuff coming out of there and coming out of there. Good stuff coming out of here. All very, very promising. Very, very promising. And more than enough new stuff this year to overcome anything we may have lost. And as it stands right now, it doesn't look like I lost any limbs, only twigs. But they were nice twigs, I liked them and stuff. So yeah, that's Goddess. So that's how we hang on our cloudy day in the bay of our bonsai balcony. Like and subscribe, or the ducks will laugh at you. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching.